Hey guys, this is Karthika Kantwal from Apex Finserv and I'm back with your daily dose of charts for tomorrow's trading session. Now we're back with 5 equity trades for tomorrow as well as the Nifty and Bank Nifty outlook. Today's session was a really shocking moment for I guess all of us. Some might say most of us, but I'd like to think that all of us because you could have predicted the down move, but the extent of the down move that was quite tricky to get right. But however, all things considered, we had a really nice trading session, and I hope the same goes for you as well. Starting with what's anticipated for tomorrow. The first trade that we have is on ACC, where it has made a really strong lower low swing leg today in the midst of the big sell off, obviously. So we're going to go for a short at the nearest swing point at 1605, stop loss at 1620, ideal targets 1% on the downside. Moving on to the second one, HUL, similar to ACC, again fresh lower high formations, entry at pullbacks at the nearest swing point, and also happens to be a support and resistance now at around 2318, 2320, stop loss at 2350, ideal targets 1% on the downside. Moving on to the third one, Torrent Pharma, again a short one. Now, not a surprise today, 4 out of the 5 trades that we have are short ones, keeping in mind that we had a big low swing leg formation on all of the charts that we have. So we're going to go for a short at the resistance which was broken. Now it is again reclaimed, so should act as a resistance. Now it's also a supply zone at 2700, stop loss at 2730, ideal targets 1% on the downside. Moving on to the fourth one, Sun Pharma. Now Sun Pharma was in a trading range. It's not exactly made a new structure formation right now, but it has decisively broken out of that range from 560 to 590, 30 points ka range tha since the last couple of weeks. It has broken that and it should start making lower highs from this point onwards. So we're going to go for a short at the support level or the lower level of that range at 560, 562, stop loss at 570, ideal targets 1% on the downside. The final equity trade that we have is a slightly counter trend approach where we are going to go for a long on Maruti. The reason being, if you look at the impulse move that happened on Maruti, we have had a almost complete retracement of that, and that impulse move did originate with a gap up. So it is highly likely that the price might come down to fill that gap and then head on its way upwards again. It's also a good role reversal level and a good round number as well. So what more do we want? Well, nothing else actually. So we're gonna go for a long at 7200, stop loss at 7100 or 7100. Ideal targets 1% on the upside. Now talking about the indices today, starting from the chart side of things, it gets really tricky here because we don't really have a lot of zones. I mean, we do have zones, but the way the sell-off happened today, the interaction on those zones is not really concrete or established right now. So as of this point, the zone that we have at 13300 is going to be the decisive zone. If that is sustained, we'll be back at 13450, 13400. However, if it is not sustained, we'll go down in a stepwise manner, like 13300, 200, and all the way till 13000. Talking about the option chain, here again it's quite tricky because the writers aren't either really that sure. You have resistance at 13400 with 626,000 added contracts, significant at 13500 with 1.4 million added contracts. On the support side, you have 13200 with 111,000 added contracts, significant at 13100 with about 200,000 added contracts. As of now, 13500 remains key resistance at least for the entire coming week. When I talk about the PCR for Nifty, PCR of volume, that comes out to be at 0.92, which is again slightly bearish, but that's pretty obvious. आज का PCR volume bearish ही आएगा because a lot of people would have bought puts today anticipating that the sell-off is going to be continued tomorrow as well. When I talk about Bank Nifty, here again you have an immediate zone at 29,350 till 29,400. If that is sustained, we'll see a stepwise up move 29,600, 800 and 30,000. However, if that is not sustained, we have a swift down move till 29,000. So that is it from the charts on Bank Nifty right now, to be honest. When I talk about the option chain has immediate resistance at 29,500 with 98,000 added contracts, significant at 29,800 with 103,000 added contracts. Support side is 29,400 with 152,000 added contracts, significant with 29,000 being there with around 360, 355,000 added contracts. The key thing is PCR, which comes out to be at 1.04, which is very bearish. So to be honest, don't go for aggressive longs or aggressive shorts on either of the indices tomorrow. Option chain charts both are a bit messed up, so wait for just one trading session in my opinion to let things settle down, let the volatility subside a bit, so that you can take your decisions in a much easier manner like you do regularly. This marks the end of today's video, guys. I hope you are liking the analysis. If you are, leave a comment, press the like button, share the video, of course, subscribe to the channel and press that bell notification icon as well. I hope you have a wonderful green trading session tomorrow. Thank you so much for watching, guys. Have a good night. Bye.